We can now switch to your question. Je vais commencer avec Jurek Kuszkiewicz. Jurek.
Jurek Kuszkiewicz from the newspaper Le Soir. Question to President Juncker regarding the EU-US discussions on trade and the non-imposition so far of tariffs on cars. Do you expect to have direct talks with President Trump? And don't you fear that? Don't you fear a turn in the events in this issue, particularly since the announcement of General Motors to close plants in the US? And since I'm asking you about this, a secondary question, since you had this very successful meeting in July with President Trump, successful because results are lasting till today, which is quite a success with this president, would you have an advice to him and to President Xi for the over-important meeting tomorrow? Thank you.
Yes, I had a short meeting, exchange of views with US President the other day on the 11th of November in Paris. I have noted with, not happiness, but with a certain degree of satisfaction that nothing has changed between the US and the European Union since our last meeting by the end of July in Washington. We'll find in the course of today and in the margins of the meeting an opportunity to reconfirm this mutual commitment that we have concluded back in July. And we are discussing these issues with our American friends, like a European Union, which is a strong one, which is the biggest internal market of the world. And I have good news for the American president because according to our commitments back in July, the export from liquefied natural gas from the US into the European Union has increased by 52%, and the imports on the European side of soybeans by 100%, which is clearly showing that we are sticking to our commitments. Am I the one who could give advice to the US president and to the Chinese president? Yes, but I will do it when discussing with them.
Okay, then I had the German press agency. Yes, go ahead.
Ansgar Hase from the German press agency DPA. The European Union announced that it will act appropriately to the use of force by Russia in the Sea of Azov. What does it mean, an appropriate reaction? Is it possible to have an appropriate reaction without new sanctions if there's no de-escalation in the next weeks?
The de-escalation in the Sea of Azov is a cause of grave concern to us. And of course, Russia's use of force against Ukrainian ships is totally unacceptable. Europe, this is what I would like to underline, that Europe is united in its support to Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. And this is why I am sure that the EU will roll over the sanctions against Russia in December.
Yes, next question. I had Giovanna Boscheri.
Giovanna Pancheri, Sky Italia. Question for President Juncker. In these days, you also continue the negotiation on an Italian budget. You are going to meet Prime Minister Conte today. Just wanted to know do you think there is still the possibility to avoid the excessive deficit procedure, of course, debt-based excessive deficit procedure, and in this behalf, what kind of effort do you think is necessary from the Italian side? An important cut on the deficit, and when I say important, more than 0.2, what are you expecting?
I will have a meeting with Giuseppe Conte in the course of the day or tomorrow. I don't know exactly when it will happen. I had a constructive meeting with the Italian Prime Minister last Saturday in Brussels. We made some progress. We are not at war with Italy. I want Italy to be the Italy always was, inspiring Europe, not turning its back to Europe. The atmosphere is good, we are making progress, and we should not dramatize this issue. We are with Italy if Italy is with us.
This concludes our press conference. Thank you very much.